Warning. The following file contains images and text that are carriers for anomalous cognitohazardous influences. You do not recognize the bodies in the water. Due to this, it is imperative that all personnel accessing this file be certified as having a cognitive resistance value of no less than 14.5. Should you fail an automated CRV verification, please remain calm and do not move. A member of your site's medical staff will be with you shortly. Please repeat the following phrase slowly and clearly into your terminal microphone. I do not recognize the bodies in the water. Verification complete. User CRV is within acceptable limits. Item number SCP-2316. Object class KETER. Special containment procedures. Under no circumstances are Foundation personnel to approach SCP-2316. Observation of SCP-2316 must only be carried out by remote dummy probes utilizing video and audio recording equipment. Only those personnel adequately rated for exposure to cognitohazardous anomalies may review footage and audio of SCP-2316. The lake in which SCP-2316 is located has been quarantined and fenced off, and is to be routinely patrolled by individuals who have not been exposed to SCP-2316 and have no prior knowledge of its characteristics. You do not recognize the bodies in the water. Individuals who attempt to bypass the enforced quarantine must be apprehended and moved to Site-33 for a full cognitive influence screening. Individuals who come within 50 meters of the lake containing SCP-2316 are to be considered lost. Description: SCP-2316 is the designation for an anomalous phenomenon existing within Lake within County. SCP-2316 manifests as a group of human corpses floating in a small group at the surface of the water. Due to the nature of SCP-2316, it is uncertain how many individuals' corpses exist within the group. The number is currently estimated at 45, but has been estimated as high as 200 or more.
I know who they are. I know their names. Each and every one of them. Don't you?
The identities of these corpses are, though DNA testing has been inconclusive. While SCP-2316 appears to be individual instances, it is theorized that SCP-2316 may instead be an entity composed of a collective consciousness. Individual instances of SCP-2316 do not act on their own, but do seem to be able to act collectively as a single unit. The individual instances of SCP-2316 are unrecognizable, and you do not recognize the bodies in the water.
Jeremiah Feynman, Arthur Scott, Dennis Clark, Hart.
SCP-2316 hosts a powerful cognitohazardous effect, causing those who have viewed SCP-2316, are aware of certain parts of its nature, or who are enrolled in the to believe that the individual's instances of SCP-2316 are human beings they recognize, typically from their childhood. Attempting to come into contact with SCP-2316 instances by way of entering Lake or touching an instance of SCP-2316 will cause other instances of SCP-2316 to appear. You do not recognize the bodies in the water. Please repeat the following phrase slowly and clearly into your terminal microphone. I do not recognize the bodies in the water. Verification complete. User CRV is within acceptable limits.
They're lying. They know damn well who they are. The cognitohazard is real, but it's just their way of crying for help. Of letting people know who they are, who they were.
The additional instances only serve to reinforce and add to the strength of the cognitohazard, compelling affected individuals into the lake. Individuals who enter the lake in this way are lost, and to date, none have been recovered. Addendum 2316.1 Interview. Please repeat the following phrase slowly and clearly into your terminal microphone. I do not recognize the bodies in the water. Verification incomplete. User CRV is not within acceptable limits. User CRV influenced by active cognitohazards. Please stay still. A member of your site's medical staff will be with you shortly.
They don't want to show you, but I will. You need to see this. They were your friends.
Did you ever feel compelled to enter the water? Like something was pulling you in?
What? No, of course not. There's nothing wrong with them. They didn't drag me in. I saw them in the water and went to myself. I needed to see them. I wanted to hear what they were saying. They're my friends.
When you entered the water, what did you see?
Faces. My friends. Faces I recognized. Some I didn't, but they became more familiar as I saw them. I had known them my whole life, but there was something wrong with them.
Wrong with them?
Like the face of someone you see in a dream, where you can't remember it right. There's something wrong. And the way they were speaking,
Speaking? No, that's impossible. They're simply not
moving their mouths, but I could hear them asking for help. They told me. They told me who they were. They told me you knew who they were. That you.
Enough of that. You're clearly succumbing to the cognito hazard. We need to get your medical attention. Agent, if you would.
Get your hands off me. I know all the names, Harrison. I heard them speaking to me. Every single one. All it takes is one person to see them and tell people. And they'll know what you've been trying to hide. Birchwood High School. Class of.
Subdue them. Get them out of here. Take them to Mystics and turn that goddamn recorder off.
You'll have a lot of time. You'll need to get away quickly. Go back to the lake. Go into the water. Look into their eyes. It's your friends, your classmates. You took the trip to the lake in the fall of '75 together when you were young. Don't you remember? Look into their eyes. I know you can hear them talking to you, just like they talk to me. Don't let them tell you it's just a cognito hazard. This was their fault. They caused this. We were all innocent kids, don't you remember? And you just got away. You and I? The rest of them are at the bottom of the lake, waiting for us to go back to them and be whole together again. They want us to know. They want us to remember. Wake up, goddammit! Remember the fall of '75, the year we were supposed to graduate. Don't let them make you forget. They're calling to you. Can't you hear them? 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 We didn't know who was in the lake. The Foundation didn't try to save us. They watched, and then it happened. Nobody stopped them. You do not recognize the bodies in the water. You do not recognize the bodies in the water. You do not recognize the bodies in the water. I know you can. They're waiting for you. We were there with them. Go back to the lake.